You know what will make your husband feel loved? Is if you're actually persuaded that your husband loves you. And if it's no longer hanging in the balance, where you're all the time examining everything he does, try to determine whether or not he loves you or not.
Right.
Because guess what? His actions aren't always going to be perfect. He's not God. He's a human being. And despite his best intentions and his best efforts, he's going to fall really short sometimes. And when you know what's going to pile on top of him falling really short sometimes, is if every time he does, it's all up in the air again whether or not he loves you. Then he's going to feel like, he's going to feel like Cain. When Cain came with his best fruit, and he thought, look at all that labor I did. And I brought forth the most beautiful fruit in the whole world. And he came to God with it. And what happened? He thought God rejected him. Right? And so, ladies, I'm telling you something about the way men function. Right? They're busy gathering fruit. They're all the time. Everything they do is with the intent to bring forth fruit for your life. So that you can be persuaded that they love you. That's what they want. They want you to be persuaded that they love you. They want you to just know that. Right? And they're all the time thinking of that. And so, man, understand that's how they're functioning. And if there's issues that have to be worked out, let it not be about, do you love me?
Right.
Let it just be about, let's work out these issues. Right? Because there still can be issues that need to be worked out. Right? You could be misunderstanding each other. You could not be communicating well. But let it not turn into, he doesn't love me. Right? And husbands, I speak a mystery to you. Let yourself not be so frustrated if sometimes the wife doesn't know if you love her. Right? It goes both ways. Because your wife knowing that you love her is not the key to you finding contentment. You being filled up with God's love for you is the key to you finding contentment. So, will you feel loved when your wife knows that you love her? Yes. And is it nice when she does? Yes. But now we're not going to put her on some type of performance thing where if she gets it wrong sometimes and has moments of weakness sometimes and wonders if you love her because she thinks negatively about her own self or she's observing things in your lives and speaking the voice of a stranger to her, you don't want to put her under that and be like, why can't this woman just get it right? In that moment, go sit with God and find whatever you think you're not getting from your wife and get it from God. Imagine that, if the husband and the wife, and even just in normal relationships, if instead of being upset at not getting what you think you need from your relationships, how about in those moments you go and get what you think you need from God instead of a person? Oh my goodness, guess what? All of your friends would be let off the hook. And you might find your relationship started to flourish. And you might find that you don't have all these issues in your relationships. Right?
Right.
Because listen, man, all the people in your life, they're going to fail you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right? Woe is us if we need to be in the place where, in order to have contentment, we need the people in our lives to never fail. Right? No. We have God. And it would help us in those moments that the people in our lives fail us. It would really help us navigate that in a way that's full of life if we sat and went to God about what we thought we didn't have, that they didn't provide for us in those moments. Instead of uncovering their nakedness. Instead of pointing out their spots and their blemishes. Right? Instead of doing that. Because we have a tendency when people in our relationships that when they fail, listen, I think it's questionable whether or not they failed. Because if you're looking to them for contentment,
Right.
I don't know that it's true to say that they fail. But let's just say they have shortcomings. Right? And in those moments that they come up short of filling you full of life or satisfaction, man, if we could start going to God to get that satisfaction, right? That would change our relationships.
See,
You know,